Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gita Marie and it's been a while, and it's especially so been a while since I've done an anti-haul, a reaction to products and trends and overconsumption, a time for us to really just sit down with a nice beverage and complain. I want to complain today, and I have been gathering shit things to talk about. Without much further ado, let's get started. Okay, let's move. I have a whole bunch of stuff. Some of it is very trend oriented and some of it is just convenient products that I wouldn't exactly call trendy, but we're seeing them. They are there and they are advertised to us. The first thing that I stumbled upon months ago are these disposable plates. Now, I would like to say, and maybe you haven't heard me say this before, it's always been my opinion, I've talked about it before, but it's good to repeat once in a while. I am not against convenience, single-use disposable products per se, like by definition. I'm not against them in their entirety. I think there are certain situations and occasions where they make sense for certain people. But the degree to which convenient single-use products are advertised and sold to consumers is insane. If you actually need these things to get through the day, have habits and routines that actually function, and this is the only way to make that happen, that is not what I'm criticizing. But I'm criticizing I'm just too lazy to do my dishes, so I only use disposable stuff. Okay. Because I think in my mind, it would be so much more convenient to have a ceramic plate that you then wash and reuse rather than always having to repurchase disposable stuff. But that's just me. I hate these, and I hate how they are advertised, and I hate when disposable single-use products have this sort of sustainability spin on them, because using sustainability to sell disposable single-use products is incredibly misleading. If they do not say anything about sustainability, it's honestly better, in my opinion, than trying to reframe single-use products, no matter if they're plastic, foam, paper, whatever, bamboo, cotton, and we'll get back into that. No matter what the material is, if you're trying to sell me a single-use product, I'm gonna be when you start to bring the planet into it. These are single-use disposable cotton products, and I love how some people in the comments were also single-use cotton is an insane product. And RIP to whatever social media marketing employee has to reply to these comments, because they are not equipped to. The comments are just, maybe it's just not for everyone. I mean, like, the lies you tell. This pissed me off. We're moving on. This is something I've seen this summer, and I think it's always kind of rich when people who are not the main demographic or target for this kind of product criticizes it, because this is so obviously not for me. This is a Chanel shoe. However, have in mind that this stretches the definition of shoe to a whole new, previously unknown length. I don't understand how this works, and it cannot possibly be a real product. I think this is done for social media. And I think honestly a lot of products are done to make companies go viral on social media, and then people will buy their other stuff. I hate that tactic usually fucking works. It's incredibly wasteful, it's misleading, and I don't like being rage baited by massive corporations. And if we're starting to see dupes of these show up in high street stores, I am going to lose my mind. I had to search far and wide to see what this product actually was. It's a little plastic thing, and it's advertised as a little wipe for drops on your skin when you're at the beach. And these small plastic items is so giving me the same vibe as the Last Object products. If you remember, oh my God, we were there. The last straw, the last swap wipe, the last napkin. They had a bunch of stuff, and I had a lot of this stuff. Weirdest plastic thing you can use to wipe off drops of water. Same way you would a towel? Sure. Anyway, people come up with the craziest of stuff. I might just be mad at this because it taps into a personal pet peeve I have in terms of aesthetics, but the small pinchers in the lid where you can grab your food without getting your fingers dirty, I'm sure this is a godsend if you have sensory issues and don't want to have your fingers messy. I think there might be a lot of usefulness to this if you have that sort of, I don't want to touch things. I don't have that, and I personally just don't like when the design is just needlessly much or overdone. to make it cute, aesthetic, etc. This could be done so much more elegantly and simpler, and it feels like a children's toy that you use for adults, and I don't like that. That might be a very personal aesthetic thing on my end. I would say that there's so many other ways where you can achieve the same thing without having to go out and buy a specific thing. I think the main claim to fame in terms of products like this is that they made it a cute design, because if we're just looking at function, there's just things that we can do that are so much better, less consumption, and we choose not to do them because we're persuaded by cute looks. Do not be persuaded by cute looks. Unless you want to. I'm not the boss of you. I can't tell you what to do. I have been getting, and this is not even funny, so many ads on TikTok specifically for Facetune services. And I know that TikTok is also incorporating an AI face tuning service that you can use in the app that can do anything from change your hair color to slim your face to broaden your nose to do any kind of the small face tuning things with AI. And it's integrated into the app, so it's not going to show up as a filter as things normally go on TikTok. And that I would persuade everyone to not use face tuning apps. I think from a creative perspective, like if you have creative freedom, you can do all kinds of cool shit. That is inherently cool, but it's not what's being done. What's being done is that we're changing our appearances to be a better version of ourselves, or to be, typically, let's be real, a skinnier, more conventionally attractive version of ourselves. And this is such a quick fix for a deep insecurity. We become less and less connected to how our own face actually looks, and we forget to appreciate what we look like, because what we end up always seeing is the face-tuned version of ourselves. And as such, we start to think that what happens when there's no face-tune is the normal one, and it's not. It's such a quick fix for such a deep-rooted problem, and it's like peeing your pants to stay warm. It might start out as a good idea, but it sure as fuck is gonna suck later down the line. Please don't go down that path. Don't do this. And I think this is especially true for younger viewers and audiences, but honestly for everyone, because everyone can fall into this trap of starting to change our faces to feel more confident. I often think about how extremely lucky I am that I went through an eating disorder at a time where this wasn't even a thing, because this would have sucked. And now that we're getting into things that we shouldn't do, let's talk about the Meta glasses for a second, because I've talked about them before. I've done other videos about the Meta glasses and Mark Zuckerberg just being the absolute biggest fucking loser. But this summer, something interesting, predictable, but also incredibly cringe thing has happened. And it's that we're starting to see a more glamorized, girly poppy version of the Meta glasses. So let me just air something out here. Wearing, using, purchasing Meta glasses is the most loser behavior. It is loser behavior, and I've yet to hear a professional excuse or reason that justifies this kind of technology. It is romanticized surveillance technology wrapped in capitalism and trendy designs and aesthetics. But what we are giving up when using technologies like these is absolutely unfathomable. So when you use your Meta glasses and you connect them to your phone, what you record on your Meta glasses is automatically uploaded to a cloud that you can then access on your phone, which for you as the consumer is really fucking smart. But it's even smarter for Meta because they gain access to everything that you share with the cloud. And it does so automatically. This is not something that you have to manually go in and share with the cloud. It usually does so automatically. And when it does, they do. It says so in the terms and conditions. Take ownership of it. And they can use it however they see fit, which is most likely and most commonly to train their AI models. There you go. And we haven't even started to discuss the implications of privacy for people that are in videos recorded on Meta recording devices. I see a lot of confusion when it comes to privacy versus existing in public spaces, but you are actually not giving anyone permission to record you when you step outside on the pavement. You don't. you have every right to not be directly recorded. I think there is the distinction between recording a pavement or a road where people are just existing on it, and zooming in and specifically recording a person having a conversation with someone who either doesn't know they're being recorded or doesn't consent to being recorded. Like, those two scenarios are different. And I see a lot of discussions online where people are defending the Meta glasses, saying you can record people on a public street. Yes, if it's like a broad people are just walking here shot. But if you're specifically talking to someone who asks you not to record them, it is truly not the same thing. If you need hands-free recording devices, those cameras exist, camera straps, GoPros, all that kind of stuff is so much less problematic because they look like cameras. They are not designed to be hidden, which is the main problem, is that we're hiding recording devices, recording each other. It's insane. And sharing all that information and data with Meta. Also, so to sum up, Meta glasses are for losers. Tell your friends, tell your family. And that is it for my complaining this time around. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you liked it. It's been a while since we just sat down and complained, because that is what we need sometimes, to be vigilant environmentalists that are positive, putting good spin on things, that are motivated and engaged and just want to do good. Sometimes that means we have to complain about stuff. Thank you so much for watching. What is this outro actually? I hope that even now that my uploading schedule is non-existent and very based on vibes, that you guys are still here. And thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. And I will see you guys next time. Take really good care of yourselves. Until then, bye.